graduates, they use their fingers to sense certain information or photograph. Just that, not the three fingers, just the fingers to sense, and then they will derive a conclusion. What's the best method?
Okay, explain to me first what you read about the fingers.
Okay, actually what I read was that they were going through some information about the business stock markets, and Mr. Silva, Jose Silva, would teach them to run their fingers through the number of stocks and pick up a few and study them. So how did they get into the levels of this? And they applied this to the photographs of candidates for employment as well. So they were using their flat.
Yeah. Remember that whenever you are wanting to perceive with any one particular physical sense, all the other senses become secondary. In other words, if you concentrate on touching,
Yes.
then your vision goes defocused. If you concentrate on hearing only, then your vision and your feeling and your smelling and your tasting become defocused. You follow me?
Yes. Follow you.
So you're either going to focus, which requires your eyes, your focused eyes require high beta frequencies to operate it.
Yes.
That's the only physical sense that requires high beta frequencies. Or you're going to focus on listening only, or you're going to focus on tasting or smelling. So, but you can't do two at the same time.
Okay.
So when these students were running their hand over
Yes.
the paper with the names or the stocks,
Yes.
then if they're running their hands to try or want or desire to perceive information, then their vision is defocused and they're internalized.
I see.
So when you internalize your focus, your mind, basically you're closer to alpha.
Yes.
And you're more receptive. So there are several things happening here. One is that the frequency is able to slow down. Your focus is internalized. You are then more perceptive. There is a desire to sense information, and quite frankly, we are able to sense information with our whole being.
Yes.
You can sense information by touching, by what you're smelling, by what you're hearing, by what you're seeing or tasting. We're just information gatherers. And if you are programmed to use this, which they were, to use this as a way to perceive information, then that prior programming is going to be very beneficial. So some people are more kinesthetic than they are visual. And some are more visual than they are auditory. So depending on all those factors, a very good way to sense information is by holding it. And that's also the basis of psychometry. When you hold an object in your hand and you begin to sense, who does it belong to? What do they look like? And you begin to perceive information by, or the vibration, or by because you desire the information or you need it. So again, there's so many factors in here that allow a person to be very perceptive, even when they're running their hands down, and then they say, you know what, it's this one right here.
Yeah.
But actually, who's perceiving it? Is it your intelligence? Is it your higher self? Is it your actual fingers? I mean, so again, those are things that we'll never find out for a fact, but we do know that it works. Until you already accept that as one of your practices.
I see.
So in the beginning, you say, I'm going, you close your eyes, you go into your level, and you say, I'm going to run my hands over this paper of stocks. And I am trying to be very sensitive to the right stock that is going to make me a lot of money. And you program yourself with that first.
Okay.
And then when you open your eyes, or even with your eyes closed, maybe your paper's in front of you, and then you just run your hands over it. And whenever you feel that this is it, then keep your finger there and open and look, and you write it down. So you pre-program yourself to do this, but once it starts to work for you, you already have the program as part of your nature.